All right, good evening, everybody. And thank you very much. Our mentor, our leader, guiding us on the path to profitability. All right, that's what it has come to. That is what it is for me. Our mentor, Chairman Leo, guide us on the path to profitability on a daily basis. So we are here, and you know what we do. What we do here, we simply say that what we do on anybody that is trading the financial market remains a student. It pays to remain a student. So everybody on the call, you're welcome. I want to know if you're on the call and you're like new, you're like you didn't take part on a boot camp, you're like 7 days old on the market, 5 days, 2 days old on the market. Just new, type new, because those are the people that I've never, ever heard anything about the beginning of the foreign exchange market. So type new. Let me see how many persons are completely new. So you know the route we are taking it. So you're welcome on the call. Okay, yeah, that's okay. You're new. Grace is new. She's on quarterly education. All right, so we are starting right away. So please, some of us, at least those that have taken part in the boot camp, you've learned a lot. So we'll just do some touches here and there on those basic parts. And then we see, especially the part that concerns me the most is hands-on. All right, those hands-on parts is the part I'm looking at considering this very minute. So let me go there quickly as possible. Okay, please hold on a sec. Okay. All right, I'm coming. Okay, I think I got what I'm looking for. All right, so let's go into it. Let's dive into it. So this evening, like I've said, we'll be taking it back to the basic so that everyone that is joining us, as they are joining us, they are not getting lost on the way, like missing out. So just like those that have started with us when we started, have taking those trainings before we started the boot camp, joined the boot camp. We started at the beginning of the beginning. So for the new people too, let's help them to start at the beginning of the beginning. So everyone on the call, you're welcome. So pay keen attention if you are brand new. Grace, pay very keen attention if you're brand new. So welcome to the market, and is about the foreign exchange market that we'll be talking about right now. And we are looking at the basic aspect of the foreign exchange market, considering what the forex market itself is. And then we look at those participants on the market. All right, we look at the benefit, we look at what is required of us to be able to play well on the foreign exchange market. And then we look at the sessions on the financial market. And then we look at how we can set up our brokerage accounts as fast as possible. All right, so right there on the screen, you can see that the foreign exchange market, we call it
Yeah.
forex, sometimes we call it FX,
Tá bom, já tá.
right?
I
Please
was
mute
good
yourself,
today.
everybody. Madam Halimat, kindly mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, so we sometimes we call it FX, and when you hear FX, it simply means is the acronym for Forex. Forex is the short form for foreign exchange, and it's simply the global marketplace where financial assets are exchanged for profit purposes right there electronically on the internet. So the internet has made it so easy that the foreign exchange, it's easy to be done on a global scale with ease, with you having access to the internet. And of course, majority of us have access to the internet. So Forex is very possible. It's that marketplace where anything financial market is very possible. So Ezekiel is my name. I happens to have worked in the banking sector, and we have the financial market. All right, we have the commercial paper, all those fixed deposits and all those bonds and the rest of them. We categorize those as what we deal with on the financial market. And that's what the bank can actually, all right, bring to us to benefit from. At the same time, they make their own profitability right there on the financial market. So the foreign exchange market, the bank does business of the foreign exchange market, taking part in that global marketplace where financial assets is their product in the market. And we'll be seeing those aspects of those financial markets. All right, we'll be seeing those aspects of the financial market. But the bank tends not to trade for people on the financial market. They trade for themselves. So banks participate in the financial market and trade for themselves. The only part of the financial market that they assist us to trade is the bonds, all right, helped people to do bonds, to do treasury bills. Those are the ones that the banks manage. Treasury bills for the central banks, and then the commercial banks find a way to help them, give access to their customers on treasury bills. All right, the bonds, the fixed deposit. That's the branch. That's the aspect that the banks deals with. So most times I always look at those like those are the primary level. Then the advanced level is the foreign exchange market. And of course, all of us have access to the foreign exchange market. So the foreign exchange market does in volume on a daily basis, it does about $7.5 trillion on a daily basis. That's what the foreign exchange market does, $7.5 trillion on a daily basis. So you can see that if you are part of the financial market, you can see that you can actually benefit from this 7.5 trillion in volume that is done on the financial market on a daily basis, especially the Forex, the foreign exchange market, 7.5 trillion in volume. All right, so now let's look at the second aspect of this, which is the participants in this market. And who are the participants in this market? All right, where I started my career from, all right, my corporate career, my professional career is in the banking sector. And we can see that the central banks of this world, all right, are part of the participants in the foreign exchange market. No wonder the volume is that big. So when we say central banks, it's not limited to central bank of a country, it's of all the countries you can think of. They all are big players in the financial market, all right? The institutional investors are big players in the financial market, all right? We have the commercial banks, which is where I started my banking career. So they are big participants, and you can count even in the Nigeria where most of us have, and check out other countries and continents of the world, how many commercial banks are operational in those territories. Then you see that a lot of players and big players, deep pockets, are part of this global financial market. They are part of the foreign exchange market, right there. Those big pockets, a whole lot of them are part of it. So we have even the brokers are part of the financial market, and the brokers are just the intermediary for us, the traders, and every institutional traders that are participants on the foreign exchange market. So the brokers are the middlemen. Brokers trade too. They also trade. All right. So as we continue, we'll see how we can set up account on brokers, and the brokers that the go-between for us to be able to participate on the foreign exchange market, they also trade as well. So we have the individuals, which is where you and I belong as the retail traders, all right? And the highly networked individuals too trade here. There are some big pockets that trade here, all right? The likes of Warren Buffett, they trade on the financial market. The likes of the President of the United States, they trade right here as an individual as well. And of course, though they are individual, but they are heavyweight financially. And companies trade on the financial markets. All right. Companies trade on the financial market. So all of these are participants, major participants in the financial markets. And of course, if you check what those institutions that are that are players in the financial foreign exchange market, you will know that we, the retail traders, what we do here is just crumbs. It's just crumbs. All right. It's just crumbs we do here. All right. So now let's make a process. Let's make progress. So what do you stand to, why Forex? Why should you choose Forex? All right. The number one reason for me to choose Forex, as far as I'm concerned, I love the fact that foreign exchange market democratizes wealth creation. So when I say democratizes wealth creation, I simply am referring to the fact that the foreign exchange market, it does not select, it does not say, okay, brings in these socioeconomic classes when in terms of participations in the forex market. Okay, you of the low class, the middle class, the upper class. No, everyone can play right in the foreign exchange market. So it accommodates everyone. So you can achieve financial independence, part-time or full-time on the market. All right, an entirely online business that makes a whole lot of sense. 24/7, you have access to the market in as much as you have a gadget, all right, that is connected to the internet. You can have access to this market and you can leverage everything on the market. That 7.5 trillion is for everybody to share, provided you have the requisite knowledge, which we have started the foundation for the requisite knowledge to be able to be a player on the financial market. All right. So you can play along right there. At the same time, I love the fact that this Forex market hedges inflation. I love the fact that it hedges inflation. So by the time people are complaining that, oh, there is scarcity. All right, scarcity. Come to think of it, there is inflation. There's high cost of things right there. All right, those things you could purchase. Your purchasing power, as at let's say last year, you see that it has dropped. Why? Because of inflation, and inflation is just that invisible thief that steals away what our purchasing power. Let's say you have 200,000, you're worth 200,000 as your salary in Naira, or some other person connected from in the diaspora are worth maybe like $100 on a daily basis, dependent on the hours they put into work on a daily basis. And what that $100 can do initially, unfortunately, you realize that $100 or 200,000 can no longer do that. You see, is because there is inflation. The price of goods and services have been on the increase. So foreign exchange market helps you to hedge inflation because it creates abundance, right? Imagine you being able to make your salary in one day. It's super exciting, right? One of my mentee connected that she's on quarterly today, started trading today, and she was super excited that she could make 15% today. Imagine if she consistently with that 15% of what she's trading with for the next 1 week, she would have been able to make her salary just in a week time. So that makes a lot of sense, right?
A and E, yes. And it gave me five. Yes, it's right here.
Please mute yourself if you're connected to the call. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so there is no need for an office. All right. There is no need for an office space for you to be a part of the forex market, and that is one beautiful thing. I remember when I left the banking sector and I set up my own brand. At that point, I do a lot of things around the digital currency, and I have to set up my brand to train people and all that. It wasn't easy. Yeah, it's something that can be done, offline, but before COVID, that was before COVID. Before COVID, the rate at which we cherish actually using the virtual space to be able to do business was very low. I paid for an office in a city center of up to about 15,000. How much was it then now? How much did we pay? All right, it was to the tune of 15 million, another one to the tune of 2 million naira, like that, set up very big brand for other businesses as well. And COVID just came and we could not even operate for 30 days. It's opened in February, we shut down in March because of COVID. And of course, the beauty of this is that I don't need an office to be able to operate. I just need my gadget to be connected to the internet, and then I can, be on the financial market where every other big players in the market are. Those companies, those banks, those commercial banks, those institutions, where they are, I can find myself there, provided I have the gadgets to connect to the internet and link up with the forex market right down the financial market, and I can also participate big time. All right, so let's see what you need to be able to, all right, to be able to succeed on this market. What are the tools you need? The basic requirement is your computer. If you don't have computer, no problem. You can use your phone. And of course, with your phone, you're ready for a ride on the Forex markets. And the next thing you'll be needing is knowledge. But those tools you need is your phone or your computer or your tablet. You need that. And you need access to a very quality internet. Very quality internet. That is very, very important. All right. You need access to the go-between, which is the broker. All right, well-regulated broker that can give you access to be able to participate on the forex market. You need access to broker. All right, so and you need funds. You need funds to be able to trade on the financial market. So you need your startup capital. If you don't have funds, what are you doing on the financial market? So you need funds. But the beauty of this is that no matter the funds you need, you are 100% in control of your funds. All right, you're 100% in control of your funds. So I haven't gotten this one set up. I'm going to take us to